if I could do it, you could do it. So it's like I like that I've said it. I like that I've admitted it. I don't care if anyone goes, dude, didn't you put M&Ms in your foot? Yeah, I put everything in everywhere.
You put M&Ms in your butt?
That's how I got on the Howard Stern show. I put M&Ms in my foreskin.
Oh.
That's how I pitched myself to get on the show. Who can put the most M&Ms in their foreskin?
How many did you get in there? And were they
50.
regular? 15?
50.
50.
Yeah, he did 25 and I did 50. I doubled him just to like desecrate him and make him reckon. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a lot of foreskin.
Yeah.
How many
packing,
bags
man.
is that?
What can I say? What?
How many bags is that?
I don't know, man. I didn't like do the at the end.
Well, you had to
in
rip
the end,
up
I
the
was
bag.
holding it, and Rich and Christy was poking them in there because I was like, that's the other thing. Like, if I try something, I'll go. Like, did I go too far? Yeah. I always go too far. I came back again with like who could put the most nipple clamps on their balls, and that's when who's the Star Trek guy? The gay guy,
George Takei.
George Takei.
Yeah.
George Takei was there. I
That's
put
so
all
funny.
these nipple clamps all over my balls.
Do you know who that is?
I've got like 50 on there, and then I thought it'd be funny to put it on the desk to show George and Howard Stern. I'm a huge fan of Howard Stern.
Did he go, oh my?
Yes. So I put my dick on the table, and George goes, oh my, and I see Howard look at me and go, oh dude, do you want to let George take them off? And I was like, yeah, okay. And this is before I kind of had come out or had really.
How old are you at this point?
This is my last wife thing. So I'm like 38. I'm probably like 40, 42.
Okay.
Something like that. So I'd done some gay stuff, but I was nowhere near out. Like, and this is when I was like at the peak of my radio show where, Jason rides moto and he fights and he's a tough guy and he loves strippers and like for me to admit that I've done gay stuff, because that's the other thing. None of you realize this, but when I came out on the Stern show, sure, a lot of people was like, this is really courageous. I lost half my fan base.
Whoa.
Everybody hated me. Like the DMs that I got that was another reason why I started using again. Because it was like, people were like, I wish you had died instead of your brother because you're a faggot.
Whoa.
And I was like, wait, what? Because I admitted it, like, and it got really hard. So that's me. I embraced it. Like I was like, okay, you hate me for being gay. I'm gonna be gayer.
Yeah.
Because I'm not scared of you, even though I am fucking scared of you.
Yeah.
This really is hurting me, but I would like react in a way where I was like, it's not hurting me, but it killed me.
Yeah.
So I stayed high. I smoked twice as much weed every day, and kratom and ketamine and whatever I could get into that I knew that wouldn't kill me because I'm scared of dying. But the George Takei thing, this is the best part about it was Stern looked at me and was like, is it okay if he takes those off? And I was like, yeah, because I could tell Howard was like, if you do this is going to be a home run. And I'm like, Howard Stern and Jason Ellis are working together to be funny on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all I ever wanted in my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can take them off. So when he starts taking them off, he starts patting my dick and he's flirting with it, like he's gaying out on my penis.
That is so funny. I wish you knew who
everybody's
that was,
laughing.
because his voice is, he's a small Asian man who was like one of the first gay people in Hollywood to come out. He's an icon, and he has the deepest voice. He's like, oh, can I take them off?
It's a very royal voice.
Yeah.
Oh my. I do really like your penis, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. And it was also like, he's not my type, you know what I mean? So like him patting it, I remember I looked at the roof and I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, please help me. But also,
I was just patting it, kind of like a pat on the back. Like,
he started to hold the balls and he started to pat the top of it.
Yeah.
But he was grabbing the balls in a way where I was like, okay. Like, I'm okay with it, but I'm also not okay with it. Like, older gentlemen that are touching me without my full permission, it's a trigger, you know, where I'm like, I don't like this, you know, this is like where I start fighting. But I'm like, it's for the show. Howard Stern is laughing. Like, I'm making Howard Stern laugh. This is really all I ever wanted in my life. And then that day, they had me on the wrap-up show, and they're like, dude, you realize that was a home run, right? And then the show, it got way bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like my show became gigantic after that day. Like I felt it on the town car back to the airport. People were calling me. I'm like, I made it. You know what I mean? Like I made it to where I was trying to go.
How long between that and just your show blowing up and you coming out? Was that?
But well, then they want to be back on the third time. And the third time I knew, because there was rumors. I had Ellis Mania, and I had a lot of trans girls at Ellis Mania. And maybe, I can't remember because this is when I was still drinking, but maybe a couple of trans girls might have blown me at an Ellis Mania around that time because my wife was into it. It was a thing that I was allowed to do.
Is this like in front of a bunch of people?
Fuck no.
No.
Oh.
This is in my private. This is in my hotel room. I had an elevator. Like, you know, I mean, the Hard Rock gave me like the best room there. So late at night, there'd be those kind of girls around, and I was friends with them all.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're staying up until 3 a.m, and I just sold out the joint, and we've got, you know what I mean, E-bombers and fucking drinks everywhere.
Is E-bomber
Ecstasy,
a
MDMA.
All right, I just didn't know if it was a specific type.
So it's just like an old school term for it in
Okay.
Australia. But you know, it's like I'm naked, and we're dancing around the fucking elevator, and I've got a jacuzzi, and then you know, they're all hot, and they're like, hey, you know. And I'm like, yeah, you know, and my wife's like, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, what I mean, if everyone's okay with it, like, okay. And I figured that like stays in this room, but it didn't. Those girls definitely told people, and there was like a rumor going around that Jason had done stuff with some trans girls. I didn't even really know about it because nobody would say it to my face because they think that I'd freak out. But the third time I was on the Stern Show, at the very end of the interview, Howard goes, so is there anything else you want to talk about? And I was like, I don't think so. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, he knows. Because that was, I just knew that that's what that meant.
Uh-huh.
So then the fourth time to come on.
And did you say it?
What's that?
Did you say it on the third time?
Nope.
No, you're like, no, we're actually good.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Moving on. Thanks for being on the show. And I was like, that was weird. Something happened that I'm not fully aware about. And then the fourth time was when I'd been telling my wife and her friends about my gay, like little escapades. And they were laughing. They thought it was funny. They're like, and tell them about the one that came in, you know, and I'd tell them, and they're like, whoa. And so I had like 3 friends that were girls that when I talked about it, they thought it was really funny and kind of hot.
Mm-hmm.
And they were being nice to me after I'd talk about it. And I was like, oh, it's not bad to be bi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then when the Howard Stern guys said, is there anything new that's happening? I was like, well, there is this one thing. Because I'm trying to be entertaining. I'm trying to be famous.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm damaged as fuck, man. Like I want to be famous more than I want to be rich. Like I want to like be successful because I'm so insecure that if I'm successful and everyone loves me, then I feel like everyone loves me because I don't think anybody loves me. This is a pathetic thing that I now have figured out. But at the time I was like, yeah, I'll tell the Stern Show that I'm bi. Everyone will go, whoa, crazy. And Jason hits it out of the park again on the Howard Stern Show. Well, not exactly. You know, like was it a great moment for Howard? Yeah. Was it a great moment for me? Nah, it was bad.
Was he laughing to your stories?
Yeah, and it was a little, like now when I look back on it, it was like, so, you know, like, so you mean you suck a dick or like if you had dick in your ass and it's, you know, he was trying to say the stuff where, if I say, because look at me.
Yeah.
If I say that I sucked a dick, you're like, ho, you know, like, what about have you taken a dick? You know what I mean? And it's like, if I go, yeah, you're like, whoa, that's the gayest shit ever, straight looking guy.
Yeah.
Am I right, everybody? You know, and then everyone gets to laugh at like straight guy who's being super gay.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be shocking. So I'm going for it. And at the time, I don't think Howard's like a homophobe or anything. I think Howard's like he's got a thing for being entertaining. And this crazy head tattoo guy is going to admit that he takes dick in the ass. I'm going to tell everybody, like, it's going to get the ratings. People are going to keep listening. So I don't take it personal from him. But there is in the end, it just became Jason's here for George. Jason's a straight gay guy. you know, and then at one point, Robin Quivers is like, you know, you're a bad father. And I'm like, how so? It's like, because of the things that you're talking about on the air right now. And I remember thinking, like, I don't like her
Yeah.
saying that.
Well, that's a wild, stance to take,
it's
especially
not-
if
it's-
you're
It
Robin
made
Quivers.
my son's life harder for sure.
Well, I was gonna say also, like, people forget, like, we are all living in like gay people are great. Most people are very uncomfortable with gay
Yep.
men specifically, and gay men, and that's why I think that more men do not come out as bi and are secretly doing stuff on the side, because the rumors of being gay, and that does not go away,
Yeah.
and it will affect your life in way bigger
Yeah.
ways, and it's like no joke.
You are so right.
I say it's easier to be gay than it is to be bi, because to be
Oh, hell yeah, because you're in the gay community with your gay friends.
well, I mean, that,
Yeah,
They all
well,
love
this
it.
is just it. But like, but
Wait, he won't even let me be bi.
you're not bi. But and I wish you were, but you're not. He's not bi. He would love to be bi. He's not bi. Okay, he's bi for attention, sure, but
Okay.
he's not actually bi.
oh, like when girls are fake
yeah,
gay.
yeah. He'll
Let's make out. I'm like, eat her pussy.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm like, shut up then. Don't even tell me.
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is
To drag out horse.